Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. As you know, this video will be about a postpartum care plan. And the reason being that as a doula, I've realized there is a lot of emphasis on a birth plan, and a birth plan is really just a strategy and a plan of action when it comes to that moment of delivery. From when you are laboring to when you are in active labor to that moment of delivery. It can include any pain relief methods you want to incorporate. It can include the philosophy of care you want to go into, which can be, midwifery model, or it can be pharmaceutical model. There are so many different elements of the birth plan that can help you prepare for that day, your baby's birthday, and it also can help you prepare for those few days after your delivery. So, when creating your postpartum care plan, however, these are some helpful steps to help you develop the plan, because it is a great opportunity to connect with people in your community or in your network, also the professionals in your life, about your hopes and your concerns about and your intentions for the time after birth, going into your life with your baby, with your family, going into the rest of your new life as a parent, as a mother. So consider this. When it comes to the postpartum period, we are talking about the moment after you give birth up to 1 year. It can also refer to just the every year after you give birth. So postpartum is technically just after you give birth. And that adjustment can take anywhere from 1 year to 5 years. That can be in reference to involution, which is the time in which your body returns to its pre-pregnancy state, or it can be in terms of your mental health or your social life, or anything in terms of your ability to function on a daily basis. A postpartum care plan is a boundary setting strategy, and it is for new mothers, and it's an opportunity to allow you the time to prepare for the postpartum period and the rest of your life with your child, and identify any resources that may support your time, that may support your transition after birth into this new chapter of parenthood. And your support team wants to know how to practically help you during this transition. And when it comes to when to start planning, it is ideal to start thinking of your postpartum care plan during your second and third trimesters, as you start to realize the parts of your life that are already changing during your pregnancy, and some things that you can anticipate, or things that you've heard about may change. What you want to do is develop a personalized care plan. So just for you, that is just for your situation, your family, and your circumstances, but most importantly, your goals and your plan for the rest of your life after birth. Remember to be flexible and compassionate with yourself. Always keep in mind that the options for support that resonate best for you now may change throughout your journey. So you can be flexible with yourself in that regard. And also in that you can create a bare bones outline now and continue to add to it as you continue to learn. Two important things to think about when developing your postpartum care plan are: 1, your mental health resources, and 2, your social support system. So when it comes to your mental health resources, there are various types of therapy and various types of medication and different interventions that are specialized for postpartum that you can specify as something you want in your postpartum care plan. Now, some considerations may be your previous medical history and other prescription medications that you're either taking during your pregnancy or just generally. Consult with your care provider about what is the best fit for you at this time. Another thing to consider is whether or not you plan to breastfeed, because that is definitely something that may change and progress throughout the course of your postpartum journey, and you want to consider that as you're creating this plan. And also the resources in terms of certified lactation consultants and other mental health professionals that are specialized in postpartum who can support you if you are having any challenges with breastfeeding that are affecting your mental health. One type of therapy that is lesser known is hormone therapy, and it's a preventative therapy used against postpartum depression, and it's used as a supplement to the significant hormonal drop that's experienced after birth. You see in this study The findings indicate a rapid improvement in depressive symptoms that is more significant in the group of women who received the estrogen supplementation. So this area is still being studied, and so it should be approached with, that consideration. And you should know that the study did exclude breastfeeding women. A few other mental health resources that can aid in the postpartum transition, from pregnancy to afterbirth and the rest of your life, and any other conditions that may come up, are cognitive behavioral therapy, group therapy, interpersonal therapy, and non-directive counseling. So when it comes to your social support system, Aaron Beck is an American psychologist and developer of cognitive therapy. And when it comes to the predictors of postpartum depression, he conducted a study that found that inadequate and inconsistent social support during one's pregnancy is actually associated with increased risk of postpartum depression. So that means friends who are in and out, friends who you don't trust or who you can't rely upon, who have not been consistent, or friends who do not meet your needs for friendship in terms of in that inadequacy portion. This lack of social support is actually a risk factor for postpartum depression. And it can be mitigated, though, by increased social support, expressing more of what you may need from your friends, expressing your desire for deeper friendship and more consistent friendship, and perhaps seeking those friendships from places that you may not have sought them from before. Because when it does come to this element of your mental health, and when it does come to your social support as a huge resource during your postpartum period, it will be a great thing to sit down and chat with each member of your social support system, as soon as you can, to let them know what you'll need from them, how that's changing, and ask them what they're able to help with, what their capacity is and where they are right now, what they're going through, and what life is like for them, and how our lives can be balanced. And so you can also just see how you're willing to work together. So in any case, when you can guarantee their presence and you can guarantee your presence in their lives, you can count on them to be on this journey with you. So that is really important. Never underestimate the value of social support, friendship from your family members, from your friends, from people who you may have just an acquaintance level interaction with, explore friendship. So the last few things I want to mention that are very important in your plan to consider are replenishing essential nutrients. So we talked about hormone supplementation, but another thing to consider is nutritional supplementation. And 3 things that I just want to name are omega-3s and iron. Your source of omega-3s and iron are very important, and we can talk about that on another day. You can also take a supplement. It is encouraged to continue taking your prenatal vitamins. And also the last thing is to know that your nutrition and vitamins, minerals are best absorbed through your food source. So, perhaps begin meal prep in advance, or seek help with meal prep, making sure that you have these nutrients, these nutritious foods that will be there for you during your postpartum, because that's super important. And this is also something that a family member, a friend, or a doula can help you out with. So remember to also stay in your body, and know that adjusting to your baby outside of your body will take time. So whenever you're ready to begin the process with movement, when you have been cleared by your care provider, whether it's an easy dance or a light walk, exercise helps. But, also, don't be afraid to be on your feet. Don't be afraid to sit up or, reach down if that's within the parameters of your healing. The last thing is that, a postpartum doula is a person who can provide that physical, emotional, and informational support throughout the postpartum period in a very practical way to help you achieve any goal that you set in your postpartum care plan. Thanks for watching, everyone. That concludes today's video. It is my sincere desire that you gain something today, that you learn something, and that you are ready to get started on your postpartum care plan, because it is designed especially for you to be cared for, to be nurtured, and to be supported during this journey in your life. So take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.